Many people believe that walking 10,000 steps per day is the gold standard for health. But there's a problem with that, which you're probably missing. Walking alone does not measure independence because independence actually comes down to a small number of movement patterns that most people completely overlook. As a home care physical therapist, I've seen what happens to adults who believe walking is the only exercise they need, which we're going to get into, along with what else you must start doing now to protect your future independence. Your doctor has been telling you to walk, your friends do it, your phone even comes with an app to track walking. It's great exercise, it's definitely safe, and it burns calories. So, what could possibly be wrong with it? And that's where the confusion happens because walking is recommended so often that people think it's literally all they need to do. But the problem is that it doesn't effectively train your leg muscles for the future. Just look at how much your knees bend when you get up from a chair. Then look at how much they bend while you're walking. It's not even a comparison. While walking is definitely great for mental health and general activity levels, it's a problem when it becomes your entire exercise plan. It just doesn't train the ranges of motion that keep you independent. So, can you sit down and stand up from a chair without using your hands to help? Can you safely go up and down the stairs? And if you ended up on the floor, could you get back up? Because those are the three movements that matter, and while they might seem pretty simple, they tell me far more about how capable someone is than their step count ever could. Remember, walking is just an activity. Independence is a capacity, and those are two completely different things. You might be wondering why no one tells you to do these things, yet everyone tells you to walk. Well, it's a lot less effort to walk around the block than it is to go up and down your stairs or do some squats. And if you're not a believer just yet, just try this. Sit down and stand up from your chair a bunch of times in a row. You feel those leg muscles working? You don't get that feeling from just a little walk around the block. And honestly, the stair and floor test would be even more revealing here. And you want to know what I see all the time? The complete shock from families of patients I work with after someone goes into the hospital and they're walking independently, and then suddenly they come home struggling to do basic activities. You'd probably think that a decline like that couldn't occur in a matter of just days. But at this point, I'm not surprised at all because I've seen it happen so often. The problem is that the ability to walk does not prepare the human body to do things like climb stairs and get off the toilet, which is why building up strength reserves is so crucial. And why my first goal with these patients isn't to walk more, but to start prioritizing the three movements. There's two other points here which further change how I think about this as a PT. First, if you can do these three movements, you maintain the ability to walk. But the opposite is definitely not true. How am I so confident in that statement? You might be asking. I routinely see patients who walk just fine, but struggle to get up from the chair, can barely do stairs, and they haven't been on the floor in decades. Adults can lose strength, balance, and confidence for years, yet still be able to walk around the neighborhood. And if you're really struggling to walk, a cane or walker can help you with that. Not so much for getting up off your living room floor. And second, think about the time that it takes you to walk. You probably walk at a 20-minute mile pace, some of you a little faster, some of you a little bit slower. Walk a few miles every day and you're looking at an hour plus of walking. But do you know how much time you need to strength train? An hour per week, if that. Depending on your situation, you could probably even get by with an hour per month. I'm convinced that you can improve your leg strength more effectively with 1 minute a day strength training than with 1 hour a day of walking. And if you want to test that theory, you can try my 30 sit to stand challenge. Build up to doing 30 straight in under a minute. So how do you fit these movements into your day and actually make them a habit that you can stick to for life? Well, you can do one set of sit to stands either before or after you walk. It'll take you under a minute and the payoff will be life changing. Do some step ups each day on the bottom step of your staircase so you can maintain your stair strength. And maybe, most importantly, instead of sitting on your couch every night for hours on end, just spend a couple minutes of that time down on the floor. These changes don't take much effort once they become part of your everyday routine, but the payoff over time is going to be enormous for your future.